What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So changing the format of the video today. I've been looking at my channel. I never really do like this kind of format where I show my face, so might as well start now because kind of don't care anymore. So we're gonna do another video on the 2025 Entegra Launch 19YG. I just kind of want to give a what do you call this, kind of like my take on. So far I've changed a lot of like our setup in here, where I kind of fine-tune how we use the van, and I guess I'm gonna talk about things that I feel like is useful, and also my future plans for this van. So as you can see right now, it's stock. It's about 2,300 miles, something like that right now. The delivery miles is about 2,200. So basically they drive the van to the dealership, so that's why it's a lot of miles off the bat. So far we had two issues: one warranty issue with the house and one warranty issue with the van. So the van had a EGR related pressure sensor issue. So far that's off the bat. You had a check engine light, got that fixed. The house had a what do you call this, the one of the outlets that was tripping the breaker. That was the problem. That was fixed. So both La Mesa RV fixed the house warranty, Mercedes fixed the van warranty. So both had warranty claims already. So let's see, what else can I show you. Let's start with, yeah, I'm using a selfie stick, so it's like a whole new thing for me, so it's a little awkward. So you can see I have this. Let's start with the carport here. So the carport I got from Amazon. Originally this is I guess I'll link this in the description. And this video might be like a duplicate of my previous video, but like I feel like this is a little bit more informative. So this one is a 11. Originally it started out as a 11 and a half feet tall carport. 11.5 at the top, at the edge there. But I since added what do you call this, extra feet. So you can see there, extra feet. That one is still missing. I didn't put that one on yet, but it's missing extra feet. So right now, if you don't have the extra feet, getting those Costco 5-gallon buckets will increase the height adequately enough so that you can put the van under it, and you can drive. Basically, you can drive into it. But as is, the 11.5 does not work. So that's why you need to at least get those buckets. So at Costco, they're very cheap. You can get like 3 sets of those because they sell it in threes, a pack of 3. So we got 3 of those to cover the 8 legs at the beginning. And then I emailed the manufacturer of this tent. I said, can you give me the lower leg portions of these? I ordered basically 8 parts of the one of the extensions, and then 8 parts of the longer. It's like 2 parts, because that it's height adjustable. The carport is height adjustable, so that's why it's 2 different parts that you have to order, 8 pieces of each, so 16 pieces total. And then you add it, and then it's actually taller now than with the bucket. So I think that's the best solution. And then you put some, either you drill it to the ground, or you put some weights on it so that the wind doesn't blow it. Where this is parked, it's not very windy. It's like kind of hidden in like a cove. Let me extend this. It's kind of hidden in the side of the house where it's not very windy. So so far it's okay. I don't know about a big storm. If there's a big storm that happens here, I'm not sure how that's gonna be. But so far, as you can see, it's kind of hidden. So let's go inside the van. I think that's pretty much everything that I need to show. Let me see. Yeah, nothing else interesting here. I have enough room in the all around the van to actually wash the van, like under here with a ladder, so I'm not in the sun, like burning in the sun or something like that, because it takes a while to wash this thing. And I try to keep it clean. The only, I guess, negative is now you're hidden from the solar, so when you're having your solar's not charging. But since I'm next to my house, I can just shore power the van when I need to recharge it. So going inside, let me switch this camera now. So I told you guys before that it's nicer to have some kind of a rubber mat. So that's I still have that. But now for my son I have the protector for the car seat that he has, and bag for a kick mat where he puts his stuff, and then the bed situation. So the bed situation, I mentioned on the previous video, we slept fine in here. We're finally adding a mattress topper. We're gonna see how that works. It's not really like a perfect fit for this bed, but we're gonna make it work. It's a full size, so this is kind of like a little bit different than a full size. So we'll see. And then I think I was gonna mention the biggest thing is we changed the and get this out of here. So I changed my my electric stove. So the stove situation, the stocks, the OEM stove, the whatever it comes with this van is it draws about 1750 watts. It's a lot of power. We got this one, I had this for a long time at home. So this one is only drawing about 1200, I believe. So this a little bit less, still a lot, but like this one has been working almost similar, if not better, and it's not drawing that much power. So I replaced it. I still have it. I just basically I'm not bringing it with the van with me anymore. So I'm just gonna start using this. Or you can use a butane stove, one of those butane stove with a canister on it. You can just keep using that or using this. So I use this because I don't have to bring a canister with me, and it's always just self-powered and with an outlet. So I'm using this one now. Gonna run that for a while, and so far that's pretty much what I changed. And then this is basically my broom closet, which is my diesel additives. I'm using Arch Oil. So this is basically about for the diesel part, the van part of the Entegra Launch. So better start using something like this from the beginning, so that it saves your engine on the long run. Don't wait until like you accrued the miles. Just start using it now. It's every time you fill up, you put the additive on, and then every 5,000 or so before an oil change, you put the other one on. It's basically a super cleaner. And yeah, so let me move this stuff out of the way real quick. I haven't used the bathroom fully. I just basically used it with a bucket. So it's still nice because it's private and it's inside the van, and you have your own exhaust in here. So I'm 6 feet 2, and I'm like, you still have some headroom. So I actually did not bring this this shelf with me when I went camping. I took this out completely, but I think I'm gonna start using this because when on our way home, I had the trash. When you camp, you have trash. You don't just leave your trash. You bring your trash with you until you find a suitable garbage can to drop it in. So that's basically what I'm right now. This is what's gonna happen is once I'm out of camp, we're gonna be putting the trash right here. It has its own exhaust fan. You can run it if you want to, but sometimes when you have it sealed in a bag, it doesn't smell anyway. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And since we're doing the bucket method, we have the bucket like right here in this space, and it works. You just use it right here, and then you put it back, and then it's the same as using a tent outside, but you're inside the van. So it's kind of nice in that sense. Have not tried the shower. We'll try that someday, but not right now. I guess what I want to talk about now is the the future plans for this van. Like, what am I gonna upgrade? So the 19YG comes with the LP generator. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I'm sure you did. So just a quick sneak peek of what that looks like. Let me see here. So you see the exhaust, you see that it's right there. That's the LP generator, and the batteries are like next to that. Let me see if I can show you. Right there, there's two of those AGM batteries. So it's right under the van on the back. So it's like really not ideal in terms of like being an off-roader. So what I'm thinking about doing in the future is two things. Either I will get a suspension upgrade so the van can carry the weight, or I replace the whole power system in the van, which is gonna be difficult because for one, it's very expensive. So I'm looking at EcoFlow because a local installer here in the Bay Area will be able to install it, but they only install EcoFlow. They don't do the Victron typical Battleborn stuff. That's all custom, and I'm not an expert on it, so I don't know. You know, the challenge is because there's a build out in here, so you have to basically dismantle some areas. I'm sure I can figure it out. It's just I don't have the knowledge yet. So some of the stuff is under the seat where I'm sitting at, and there's the water tank is on the passenger side, and then the electronics are on the driver's side. I think what's gonna happen is when they install the batteries, it's gonna be somewhere in here because they're gonna rip out a lot of. It's not gonna be under the van anymore. So anyway. I'm looking forward to that. I want to do that because I think when you upgrade the battery system on the Entegra Launch 19YG, you're basically resolving two things: the bloated and not really ideal situation with the generator and the two batteries, but also at the same time you're shedding weight, right? So the van probably will drive better, but at the same time it still needs a suspension upgrade, so that's still gonna happen. So I want to do two things: suspension upgrade and the power upgrade. So at the moment you can use the van. It's just I kind of want to make it much more efficient, you know. So that's kind of what I'm trying to debate. So I'm looking to see if I should just do the suspension first for drivability, because the battery upgrade would be super expensive. So yeah, so sorry if I'm sweating here. It's 100 degrees today, but yeah, so that's kind of my plans. My first short list for the van is right now using it is fine for normal camping, but if you have to go off the pavement and stuff like that, it's a little tricky because of the 19YG has those things hanging in the back, and it uses its own fuel. It's a propane generator, so you have to keep fueling up your propane. So you're carrying the generator and a propane tank basically underneath the van. A lot of weight. So I'm thinking, like, I'm just gonna guess. I'm not sure how much weight it really is. It's probably, I don't know, 200, 300 pounds. Well, I would say 200 pounds, maybe 200 pounds. Maybe two AGM batteries, 230 amp hours each. Two of those, all the wiring, right? That's running to and back and forth to the van to charge it. The generator, the 2500 LP generator, the tank for the generator. You know, I'm just gonna say 200, maybe 300. I know it's not a lot, but like if all around the van. The EcoFlow system would be just one battery, one control unit, and one hub, basically a power hub to connect everything in. It's very seamless. That's why it's expensive. The Victron setup is more complex with many more parts all around the board, and then you have to connect to it. The EcoFlow is a little bit more simpler. It's like a plug and play type thing. It's like a, you know, like when you're comparing DJI drones versus something that you build yourself. So that's kind of like where I'm at. I think for the suspension wise, I want to do the Van Compass. You could do Agile Off-Road, but I have Owl vans local to me here in NorCal. So if I was in San Diego, I'd probably go to Agile Off-Road. So that's really just the only reason why I'm picking Van Compass, because they supply Owl vans supply Van Compass suspension kits. I would probably do the 4.3, for sure the 4.3. With the light mid tune. That's what they said is all I need, because of course I'm gonna be shedding the weight, right? So in the future we just light mid tune is enough. But I'm not sure which one to do first, so I'm leaning towards doing the power system first, because that kind of is kind of like a two birds in one stone type deal, because you're lightening the van and improving the power situation. The negative part is it's expensive, so super expensive. So, and the suspension one, if I just do the suspension, it's cheaper. It's about $6,300. I'm not gonna upgrade the tires yet. I'll just do the suspension. It's about $6,300 all installed with labor. That's only going to mask like all the heaviness of it, but it's still gonna improve the ride quality, right? So both are good kind of like routes to take in the short term, but like I'm just not sure which one to do just like at the moment. If you guys have any thoughts, let me know which one I would probably benefit from. I think most of you guys are gonna say do the suspension first. I'm guessing that's what everyone's gonna say, because right now everything's brand new, the generator's brand new. I don't want to waste it and not use it and just rip it out, that kind of thing. It's a lot of thoughts going through my head, because I could probably just use up the generator for like 100 hours before just ripping it out, and so I don't have to service it or anything. So yeah, so far I'm gonna do one more camping trip with this. I'm actually gonna have a motorcycle carrier coming in for this, and I'm gonna test it out. So for track days, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna see if it actually does well, because it's already heavy in the back, and I'm gonna add like a hitch carrier with my S1000RR on the back. If it's gonna sink a lot, yeah, that's what I'm worried about. So doing the suspension would correct the geometry. It's gonna be strong enough to correct the geometry. Plus, when I put the motorcycle in, so short term, lower cost, upgrade the suspension, and then do the power system later. So, but that's sizable upgrades coming in to this in the future. So alright, hopefully this video was a little bit fun, showing myself on camera for the first time. I think I'm going to start doing videos like this, just to change it up, because so I started a YouTube channel like 2015-ish, really 2011, and then 2015-ish is where I started recording for YouTube, like content-wise. And I feel like I've been just stagnant and like not really trying new things. So I mean, might as well try new things now. Yeah, so here it is. I'm kind of hooked on the van situation right now, so kind of gave up on the cars and the bikes. Really, the bikes kind of stayed stagnant. The cars kind of like stagnant as well. I'm kind of into this hobby right now, so I'm like I'm just gonna fuel it until I move on to the next thing. But so far I love this thing. 2025 Entegra Launch 19YG. Yeah, thank you guys for watching.